Oh, motherfucker is hot as hell, and my hair looks like the bat signal. I look like a fucked up exotic mushroom growing out of a fucked up apartment wall, and sometimes I feel like that too. And that's low key deep. Damn, did I just depress myself? Because deep down that kind of symbolizes my agoraphobia. Yeah. And I believe agoraphobia is the fear of leaving your house. I have been bedridden. Everybody knows I've been bedridden for how long now? I'd say about, wow, Jesus, an entire year, give or take. It got really bad last year. People know why. A sexually abusive ex boyfriend who tried to turn tons of people against me and ruin my own relationship with myself out of scarcity and poverty. Multiple times this year trying to have sex or get to know people and it ending horrendously bad, constant abandonment issues being triggered, rejection sensitive dysphoria growing stronger, sudden, I wouldn't say low self esteem, but definitely something there that's apparent. Maybe just full on burnout and exhaustion with life. Like, what's the point of continuing? What's the point of making tons of art in a sketchbook if I'm just gonna end up losing it somewhere in my apartment and then I'm gonna find it soiled by mysterious liquids that I'd rather not say, or ripped apart or torn to shreds? What's the point of buying cute clothes when eventually they will rip, they will tear, they will rot? What's the point of making friends if the second I show any signs of flaws or mental instability, no matter how small, they can fuck off? What's the point of finding love, or even something close to it, when you'll meet the type of weirdos that one second they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm not looking to date, that's not my thing, and I'm probably gonna leave the area soon, I'm just looking to fuck. And then next thing you know, they go out of their way to take you on a million more dates just because you dare to be on the same page with them. Or just, life is weird. I don't understand it. Sometimes I don't know if I want to. If you're wondering, I'm actually feeling pretty mentally okay today. Sure, I spent a big portion of it masturbating face down, but no offense, I do that all the time. I have good news. I was gifted a lovely tablet for my birthday by one of my closest friends. He was extremely sweet for that, and I adore that he did it. It's wonderful. The only issue appears to be my attention span. Now, simply put, I found out a health issue of mine, which I believe helps understand why certain things in my life have been going weirder. I've already documented before, I've been hearing things that aren't good. Like, and it gets worse every time I leave the house. I'm not sure when I can pinpoint when it exactly started, but I'd say maybe roughly around Christmas time is when I started hearing things and voices that were, I could tell were not real, but sometimes they get scarily realistic. Sometimes someone could walk past me and simply huff a little bit and it sounds like they're saying something. It's scary. There's one specific music video I mentioned before where it symbolizes schizophrenia or psychosis aligned symptoms. It's a song this guy made about like a train. And the lyrics are like, follow me, I have something to show you. And it's about this dude who basically, like in the like 1900s when trains first got invented or whatever, I don't know when trains got invented, but let's just, for the sake of the story, like in the olden days where it's old enough to be a grandfather, 1900s, 1950s, I don't give a fuck. It takes place in the days where you had sepia colored photos, brown and white. Someone's grandfather thought that the train siren was speaking to them, and next thing you know, he got killed by the train tracks because he walked in and thought the train was speaking to him in that way. I don't know. Like, that's scary. We'll figure out the root of that, but for now, I think I just need a lot more vitamins. I heard that it's not even that hard to get psychosis. I already had symptoms when I was younger of certain conditions, but simply put, I think they're worsening as I'm older because I went through the worst mental year that I've ever fucking been through in my life, and that's really saying a lot. But I also have been suffering from vitamin deficiencies. If anyone's wondering, I've been doing well. I've been popping multivitamins and multiple other vitamins on top of that. I need to get back into enjoying the sunshine because I know that once it gets dark and rainy, that's the most dangerous part. So I'll probably go take a nice little walk in a second. But an important thing that I found out about myself today is that I have basically like a King Henry diet. And if you're like, what's a King Henry diet? So the famous King Henry, He had so many wives that he killed. He was a lustful bitch. He was a weirdo. But something that was known about him that not many people know is that he was fat as fuck because they didn't believe in vegetables back then, or at least he didn't. So he was just like, you know what? I'm gonna eat nonstop meat, the fattiest meat ever. All the bread, all the sweets, all the carbs, all the bullshit. What the fuck is a vegetable? Fuck vegetables. And that's why he was so fat that his casket fucking exploded at some point. Like, that shit exploded, my nigga, from all, like, Jesus. Jesus. God damn. He needed to be eating pears and shit like that. But like, yeah. And also that's probably a reason why he had such a bad temper later in life. Like, he already had a terrible ego that a pampered little prince who turned into a king surrounded by dick riders and glazers all day would have. Like, you know, he was a fuck boyish slut. But then as time went on, it's like, alright, this nigga also was eating tons of fuck ass, lame ass, bitch ass food. So it's like, yeah, nigga, like, Big Mama, your arm. You're eating like shit. You need to get it together. Because that's why it feels like you're angry like that with a fire trigger temper. That's why your memory's all fucked up. That's why you're on that weird shit, you stupid bitch. And so he was a weirdo. But yeah, fuck that nigga. Like, honestly. But as I was going to say, as time went on, what happened next? What happened next? Oh, yeah. So, do I want to be like King Henry and have a quick fire temper? No. Do I want brain inflammation? No. I'm gonna say it. Yesterday was one of the best nights of my life, and I can tell it was. I threw an event, tons of people came. The room was so packed with people that we had to find extra chairs just to seat people, and we already had quite a bit. It was loaded to the brim with people there. It was fucking amazing. The bar made good money. Everyone had a blast. It was so fucking fun. The music was well. The jokes were fucking hysterical. Like, we had an actual turnout of actual damn near like celebrity drop-ins, or like local celebrities, as in people famous enough in our area where you see them on hella booked shows and they make hella money and all that. And it was an amazing fun evening. But you know what happened? One person very passively pissed me off. Passively, and it wasn't even that big a deal. No one else remembered it, but that stuck in my brain. And that's the only thing I can remember about the event. Mind you, I used to have one of those photographic memories. That's why I'm able to describe the details of specific conversations and why certain tones and cadences and details hurt. I used to have an extremely photographic memory, like 4K HD quality, my nigga. And then this man over here, like, he didn't even do much. You know, it was just one of those awkward things where he kind of made a joke before he got off stage, like, who wants to peg an Asian guy? And he was an Asian guy. And I raised my hand and said, me. And he pretty much looked around the room at everyone except for me. I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to, I don't know. We have a weird offstage dynamic. All he did was go, really? No takers? No takers? Wow. No hands raised. Absolutely no one raised their hand. And like, no one laughed at the joke he made, so whatever. Also, he's not even that funny, so fuck him. But he did leave stage, and I don't know, so much other good stuff happened in the evening, and I hate that my brain tried to get so temperamental that that's the only thing that stuck to this morning. And then I really was trying so hard to remember every single detail, but I had so much brain fog and inflammation, and it was terrible. And let's just say, oh my god, it's like having so many mental disabilities in one person. It's like getting your ass whooped. If you're ever like, why does Tamia keep a date on her like a purse? It's because, no offense, it kind of helps having someone else to take care of me that is not me. Like, I can't afford therapy. Or at the very least, I think I'm kicked off my recent plan because I just turned 25. Whatever. Also, I can't find my Kaiser card anyway, so who gives a fuck? Who cares? Lame ass shit. Like they literally. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. In December, they gave me the option. Actually, no, it was like October. I remember I had therapy for like 2 weeks, and you saw me go from barely hitting even one ADL a day. And if you're like, Tamia, what's one ADL? Look up the adult daily living standards and look at, it's like a list of 7 things a person needs to be considered an adult, and I think they need to be doing at least 4 to be considered healthy. I was barely hitting 1, and on a good day I could hit 2. And if you'd look at that list, you'd be like, wow, Tamia, that's a scary amount of things not being done. Yeah, why do you think you saw me record myself on my floor all the fucking time, extremely depressed and crying all the time? Yeah, I was traumatized. It was a terrible time. But then I had therapy for like 2 or 3 weeks, and next thing you know, I was out here painting, drawing, socializing, enjoying my own company. And then next thing you know, they hit me with the, oh, we're sorry, we have a therapist shortage, so we can't get you anybody. But you could either do group therapy, like, like twice a month in a room full of like 40 strangers in your city. all in one room like a fucked up AA meeting, and vent about your deepest, darkest traumas to them. Or, or if not that, like, sorry, what was I talking about? I got distracted. A friend sent me a message. Something king. Yeah, it was. They were like, yeah, so you could have either 40 niggas in a room who you don't know all across your small ass town, sitting in a room and vent to all of them about your deepest, darkest traumas, or maybe like 2 years from now, we can book you with a virtual therapist that costs like $200 for a session. It's like, I'll just keep raw dogging mental illness and posting on the internet and dating niggas. I guess that will work for me. Things with the recent dude I was seeing was pretty nice for that aspect, but I guess I am not tripping off of how things ended, because I guess I just thought to myself, okay, he's doing the same shit everyone else has done before, and this time I just want to cut it loose, because it's like, I know how the cycle works. If I keep him around, he's gonna keep 1 second acting like I'm the most godly woman to ever exist and that he wants to date me and impress me and do this and do that, and the next second he will vanish or treat me like shit or just get shitty. So it's like, you know what, I could just do better than a fat 32-year-old man who has manipulation skills of a 12-year-old. No, thank you. I had that last year. I'm not doing that a second time. We saw how that went. But simply put, I'm saying it like this: I want a good life. I want a good, safe life. No stress, no issues, no bullshit. I want to be happy. I want to know how it feels to be happy. And it was a very hard year last year. And I'm so glad that my progress has updated to the point where a nigga who I actually really, really thought I was genuinely going to have a good future with, he tried to slap me down and fuck up my day. And I was just like, nope. I'm going to just do my little crash out. I'm going to go to sleep. And I'm going to be fucking happy. And we will go from there. Like, like, it really took I'm so glad that I don't know, I'm impressed that I made a man feel driven to do that. But it's still also just like, okay, you know what, fuck that. Like, I'm so glad that instead of this being like a long drawn out, oh, I'm afraid to be alone, da 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 da, I just decided, nope, this nigga has fucked up and I don't need him, and moved on. And I'm glad that I did that. I'm glad that I did that. My other options for man fell apart, but you know what? I've built such a good community and space and people who love me outside of him that I'm truly fucking fine. But as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I suffer from intense brain fog and inflammation, and I've been trying to work on that. So while I did build an amazing community, and I got to embrace it last night, huge turnout of people, I looked amazing, I had so many fun conversations, niggas looked at me like they were in love with me. It was a fun time, and I'm so grateful that I experienced it, but then I realized when I woke up, I was like, I can't remember a single thing from yesterday, aside from that one unfunny comedian slightly being an asshole to me. What do I do? And you know what happened? I decided that I was going to do so, like, I'll put it this way. I liked him. I mean, I liked the event. I liked everything. But I just decided I'm going to look up what the issue is. And you want to know what I did? I looked up, and apparently there's something here. I looked it up. I don't remember the exact name, but it's something like the left remedial cortex is here, because every time I get angry, even if it's about something small, my brain throbs. And I've mentioned this for years. You could even find videos of when I was like 17, 18, 19, documenting that when I get really, really angry, something here flares up really bad and it feels almost like a nerve being pinched. And how sometimes it can get so bad that I can kind of feel when a blackout's gonna come. Because if it flares too bad, then I just feel my eyes glaze over and whatever happens next happens. And we don't want that to happen. Because also, funny enough, I get so angry that whatever happens, happens, and then I don't remember it after. It's like a fucking clean slate. So simply put, I learned that apparently this cortex of your brain, I believe it's called the left remedial cortex, that controls like your memory where it's the strongest, and it also, I believe, is where most people feel their rage. It's why you see like a cartoony vein pop up on some people's heads in cartoons and shit. So I researched it, and allegedly that probably has been fucked up in ages for me for a while, for many reasons. I do remember I had a concussion, and I remember something in this area got really, really fucked up. I had a concussion when I was 18. It was terrible. I'll tell you about it some other time. But let's just say, apparently, I have such intense brain fog an inflammation because of, like, how do I put this? Too many energy drinks. We all know what happened this year. Too much Mountain Dew, too much Red Bull, too much everything. Because I got so depressed that I needed 2 liters of Mountain Dew a day just to be able to get my fucking ass up. And to actually, like, clean and write and focus and do things. I had no will to live, and I didn't have antidepressants, and I still don't believe in doing drugs. So I was like, yep, I'm never going to do crack or heroin. I'm never going to do meth. So, like, alright, let's do something that I've always thought was stupid. Energy drinks. And I went for that to get my brain going, and so now I've kind of a little bit relied on it a little bit too much this year. And I know you're probably thinking, a little? Yeah, a lot. I just had one, I still have, I'm getting slightly healthier ones. This one only has a gram of sugar, 200 milligrams of protein, and 10 grams of protein. 10 grams of protein. Vanilla latte Quest iced coffee. This is actually, it's really good. I'm probably going to drink more of that in a second. Anyway, as I was saying. So, anyway, moral of the story, my inflammation is fucked up. So it's good that I'm taking vitamins and shit. I noticed that if I take my vitamins and if I go outside with the noise-canceling headphones I got a few months back and I take a walk in the sun, I start feeling better. But I can tell that sometimes when I get really stressed out, I start hearing the voices again. Or getting really, really paranoid. My brain will be like, you dropped something. Touch that doorknob 7 times or you're gonna die. The world will end if you don't hold this doorknob for 11 seconds. And it's like, okay, time to start going back home. Because I don't know what that is, but it's like the OCD-like symptoms are not fun. Let's just take my... And then I take my ass home and I sleep for 12 hours. I don't know why the fuck I sleep for 12 hours if I've only... Like, I could just be like, I'm going to go sit politely in the sun and not exercise and maybe listen to a little music or stretch a little bit for like an hour. Like, a small-ass walk. The tiniest walk you can ever think of, and my body will be like, good job, Tamia. 18 hours of sleep for you. I don't know what the fuck my body does sometimes. But energy drinks power through whatever the fuck that is. But I will say, apparently what I need to do is stop having a fucking King Henry diet, or else I'm going to endlessly suffer and have King Henry-like thoughts and actions, and I don't want to do that. I want to have a nice temper. I want to be a nice, sweet girl who has a wonderful life and doesn't focus on men, and then when I don't focus on men, like, I can actually do things. Because I thought to myself, it's amazing that I was able to even get my ass up, shower, still plan out huge other events that I have up my sleeve that I'm not telling you about yet, but they're awesome. And then do so much. But I don't have, like, I know I have the drive, the ambition, I know what I want to do, but for some reason the actual action taking is rough. And this time I could tell it wasn't just as simple as, oh, you have depression. Now it's like, oh, okay, I need to eat vegetables. So you know what I did? I had a shitty ass banquet meal with the chicken nuggets, the mac and cheese, and the little fucking brownie. Like, and then I just also ate an entire bag of fucking broccoli, like a steamed bag of great value broccoli, a huge portion as big as my fucking head, including the hair. And I ate that shit as a snack, and I felt great after doing so. And guess what? I had my iced coffee, and I feel good, but my brain is starting... When you have inflammation, certain parts of your body feel like they boil, and that's when I can... Like, last night I had 2 Red Bulls, and I could tell my brain was boiling. So I can tell it's like, okay, I need to eat some probiotics, drink more water, plus we've been having intense heat waves with huge amounts of humidity. And, I don't know, my body is sensitive to the weather. So if it's like a 60-degree day and like slightly humid, I'm staying my ass inside and I'm not getting up. If it's a 70-degree day and also humid, I will also stay my ass inside. The difference is the former feels like a fucking tundra, and my skinny ass little anemic ass body is gonna shiver me timbers and fucking perish if I do not go into hibernation. Also because seasonal depression disorder and all that shit. It's just like, yeah, I need vitamin D, I need the sunlight, or else my brain will tell me to lie down and die. Or stand up and kill myself. Same difference, but just different positions. Ow! Positions. Sorry. Jesus. And then if it's too hot like today, my body just goes, oh, I just woke up. It feels like an oven. I'm not gonna experience an oven, and then I go the fuck back to sleep. But sometimes I get lucky if I find the right sundress and my hair's not a total fucking mess, and my anxiety around my hair or my autism around how uncomfortable my hair feels or anything. Like, if I just don't have like a negative side effect when I leave the house, like if I have my hair braided and a cute little sundress to toss on, no bra, no panties, and just take a little stroll in the sun, next thing you know, I might be outside all day. Like, sometimes that's all it takes. Sometimes it's just the right sundress and the right hat or hairstyle, and you will see me go from, oh my god, it's too hot, I need to die on my floor like a little fucking ant under a magnifying glass, to like the second I hit outside, I'm fuck nigga free, shaking ass in the streets, twerking on top of cars. I'm just kidding, I don't do that. But imagine if I did, that would be funny. But yeah, I will be sticking my head out of sunroofs. I will be vibing. I'll take buses to every fucking city in one single day. I'll do like 17 things off my checklist, check out everything, interview random shops. I will have a blast, baby. Oh, I love it outside, and outside loves me. Woo. And I'm just trying to figure out my health conditions so that I can not only enjoy the rest of the summer in peace, but I can also enjoy this autumn and then also survive the winter. I don't know if I want to enjoy the winter. Let's just say I know how the last 2 winters of me trying to enjoy the winter had gone. One of them was so traumatic that it led to me still suffering all the way until like June. So it's like I just plan to survive the winter. If my brain cannot fucking convince me to be a nut job, that's all I need, baby. Mwah. Mwah. That's all I need. I do not need winter to go terrifying like fucking Edgar Allan Poe, where I'm like, there's a heartbeat in the floorboards, you know? Like, I'm just asking to get through it. Like I want to have a hobby that I'm consistently doing in the winter to keep me sane. 2 would be lovely. 3 would be magnetic. Enjoy myself inside. Not need to be in a nigga's face. All sorts of peace. All sorts of self-love. So anyway, I'm super glad that today was like, oh, okay, the realization is that I probably need a lot more water, a lot more electrolytes. I probably should enjoy some kombucha every now and then. And funny enough, yep, got one of those last night. No sugar kombucha, raspberry lemonade, naturally flavored. I'll probably drink that in a second so I can make sure I do not go insane tonight. And when I get 2 free drinks from my buddy tonight, when we go out, I will probably just get 2 unopened Red Bulls to have for a break in case of emergency moment, like later this week, let's say. Knock on wood. I'm sure I'll be fine later this week. Anyway, sorry. I know I'm a bit all over the place. But at 200 milligrams of caffeine plus brain fog tends to be that way. But I guess I'm just saying, I plan to get better. So I was working on my tablet and I was like, I'm going to look up all the apps I can... Nope, don't look at that reflection. If you're like, oh, what's in your reflection of your iPad? Don't worry, you will see what I meant by needing to fulfill certain ADLs. But if you want to feel happy for me, just so you know, I took out 4 big bags of garbage last night and my whole bedroom feels better. Amen. Mwah. A lot of sorting is going on and trashing and shit. And so far, so good. It feels nice to reclaim my life. And I guess I'm glad that the years... Like, I remember I went to the doctor about it. The doctor was such a fucking idiot. I told him, I feel a throbbing sensation in here. I wonder if my skull is cracked and just pinching my brain or something like that. And they did x-rays and all sorts of shit, and they couldn't find what was wrong. Fucking Kaiser. Stupid-ass, lame-ass bitch. Oh, fuck you, Mr. Man. But it's okay. Let's just say... I'm glad that I was able to find out from the fucking platform I used. Oh! I need to have less energy drinks, eat more vegetables, take more walks, drink some water. Like, it's just like about the food. So it's like, okay, I need to lay off the energy drinks. Or if I do get energy drinks, try coffee instead. It's more natural. And I need to make sure I'm taking breaks, like keeping things out of my bloodstream, getting, like, proper amount of exercise to get the blood pumping and things like that. So I don't totally sabotage how I get my endorphins and whatnot. So yeah, definitely no more alcohol. I fucking hate alcohol. Funny enough, even when I stopped having depression every single day, like, I couldn't get off my floor, not because of depression, but just because I was too hungover from the night before that I couldn't even remember. Or energy drinks are great until you have 2 Red Bulls in one night or more, and then you're pissing at all your electrolytes and you're waking up wet. And you're miserable and you're angry and your head is throbbing and boiling in your skull and you can't get up. And then it takes you like 2 days to get off your fucking floor. And then maybe you'll get another energy drink to push through it. Or you'll take a bunch of aspirin and then your kidneys and your liver hates you. So simply put, be careful. But yeah, not bad. I feel good. Like, now I'm just at the fun stage where it's like just pushing through and persevering, trying to make my brain better and my life better. And now the fun part is, okay, what do I want to put on this tablet I got? This beautiful, lovely tablet where I can now decorate it to my... It's kind of like one of those, I'm going to admit, I'm not saying it's like a shitty tablet. I won't say that. Let's just say it's one of those tablets where it's like, I don't know how much money was invested in this thing, but I would have preferred one that was easier with organization. But you know what? Still cool. We will try our best with it. I like that it has tons of apps and options. And now it's like, okay, yeah, I can like edit trailers for certain events and projects. I can get back into drawing and maybe even doing Flipnote. I can download Bumble on here again if I want to. I don't plan on using it, don't worry. I just like that it's like, okay, now I can unban myself on Bumble because now I have a burner tablet. Woohoo! They cannot track my IP on this device, I think. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And then, yeah. It's just me trying to figure out what to do to make my life better. And I feel glad about it. So if anyone has any apps they recommend for me to start getting my life together, feel free to let me. And don't you dare be like, download BetterHelp. Bitch, that costs money. I mean free apps. Like if you're like, oh, Tamiddy, here's a fucking cute, like, otome game that you might like so that you can experience fun and not just stare at your fucking reflection all day or stare at the fucking flies on your ceiling. That would be amazing. If you're like, ooh, get Pinterest, get Twitch, so you can do Twitch streams on your iPad, get this app for DJing, get this app for music making, that's what I want to hear. I'm just saying. But I trust you. Love you so much. I'm going to be researching apps and trying to figure out what I want to do from here. Because I have a whole lot in store and I want to make sure I'm mentally stable for all the goodness I have planned, and I'm so grateful that a year later I have so much beauty in my life that I'm not afraid to be alone, but I know that I'm also not alone. I have a community of people that love me, but I'm also learning how to stand on my own 2 feet again. And there are other people who lift me up as well. Amen. God bless. Amen.